So we're playing the intro now.
Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, it's PSD High School Lacrosse. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. Tonight live on Stream It Sports from French Field in beautiful and breezy Fort Collins, Colorado. The Rocky Mountain Lobos host the visiting Colorado Academy Mustangs in Colorado High School girls lacrosse action. Hello, my name is David Haase, along with my partner Randy McCoy and Abby Block on camera. We're here tonight to kick off our first inaugural broadcast for girls varsity lacrosse here in town. The unified team was the Vipers for years, Randy, but now it's a accredited and standard sport within the school district, and the Lobos are the host.
They are, and there we go. We'll unmute. We were having a little bit of camera problem to start here, but yeah, we're glad to be here tonight for our first ladies, girls lacrosse game. And right now they're playing the National Anthem, so we kind of came in at that time.
Well, it's one of those, as the crow flies, yeah, it happens when it happens. We've learned that here at French Field, so the conditions and the time of the year doesn't matter. It could still happen.
We've played through many of those over the years because we don't get a script for what's going on pregame.
We're the last to know, and that's usually the way it works out. But we get to see a match tonight, Colorado Academy. For those who are savvy to the sport here in the Front Range, defending state champs. They're 2-1, just like the Lobos team is too. But the Colorado Academy, a private school, showing up here in Northern Colorado, a great chance to measure the Poudre School District's team. As you see down there now, the officials are checking each of the sticks for each player to make sure there's nothing that
no cork in them, or
nothing untoward. And basically, as you see it, what they're doing is dropping in, making sure the netting has not been stretched out. And it's a different game from the boys. Other than shooting at a net, there's so many differences, and we get to learn along with you. So bear with us. But that ball cannot sit down in that net. More than 50% of the ball can't hide down inside the net. So it's tougher to run. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a more difficult hand-eye sport. And just as the way the girls are going through now, like I said, the inspection on both sides. One thing I will say, the difference between the JV game and the varsity game is the officials have gone inside and geared up.
Yes, they have.
They were up there in shorts and with no long sleeves on or anything now. And now the referees are both in. They got sleeves, legs, everything covered up, and it's a brisk night. But if you're aware of spring sports in Colorado, most of them should be played in the fall because you can play football in any weather. But at least we're dry.
Yes, that's a big deal. And again, if you have not been around spring sports, and we haven't, this is the first time we broadcast in the spring sports. And let me tell you, it can be 60 when you start the game, and as is tonight, it will be 40s. And we're supposed to have snow tomorrow, aren't we? I believe.
Yeah, there's a good chance of it. I'd like to run quickly through the lineup here for the girls, and as they come in and out, those jerseys, they got those dark jerseys. We'll see those numbers hopefully as they go through, but they're out of order, Max Preps, but thanks again to Kathy Harrison who kind of got me straight. I'll go through the numbers as Max Preps gave them to me first. Number 3 is Weaver. Number 4, Kurth. 5 is going to be Ufer. 6, Lambert. 7, Klingner. 8, Lane. 9, Mason. 12, Osborne. 14 Martinez, 15 McGregor, 16 Thorkelson, and 20 Harrison. And then filling in with those that we didn't get off of Max Preps, number 17 is Sear, number 18 Kanice, number 13 is Marzoff, number 22 Tyson, and number 3 Weaver. So as these athletes come in and out of the games, you'll see those white jerseys for the home Lobos with that red letter. We do say they are the Rocky Mountain Lobos, but this is also a team made up of all the schools in the district plus Resurrection Christian.
Yeah, this is truly a Northern Colorado team, and so that's how they start a program now. So in 10 or 12 years, maybe 15 years or something, potentially could see 3 or 4 schools, or all the schools have it. But this is how they started, and I think it's great especially for a town of this size. The schools are all so close. I think it's a great way to do that.
Well, and like every other sport, we talk about, with the exception of football, that the club sport level, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball, obviously here too, these kids are playing in their sport year-round for their club teams too.
I want to thank our executive producer, Mr. Phil Mildren, for giving us a little FaceTime tonight and help us out with the camera. I had a couple things, and as everybody here well knows, technology is wonderful, and except when it's not.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, got Abby over here. She helped us with football as well, so it's good to have her on camera tonight. She's a CSU student.
And almost soon to be an ex-CSU student.
Yes, almost.
Congratulations there, graduate-to-be.
Hopefully she doesn't, fail a class in the last
No, just to hang around us, I don't think that's enough incentive.
So anyway, Rocky Mountain is in the white. And you get a good picture there. Good job, Abby. Close up. And
starting lineups as they go through there. And I'd love that. Number 1 is Arnold. 3 is Weaver. I think we're trying to catch up to him because it says Kurth number 4, 5 is Ufer.
There's a young lady with tank top on.
Yeah, they're
God
playing
bless
up
her.
there. Yeah, 6 Lambert, 7 Klingner, 8 Lane, one of our captains, Catherine Lane. Number 9 Mason, 12 is, and I don't have a 10. I just love that. Osborne number 12, 13 is Marzoff, 14 Martinez, 15 McGregor, 16 is Thorkelson, 17 is Sear, 18 is Kanice, 20 is Harrison, and number 22 Tyson. So they're getting both lineups all out there. They'll play 10 plus a goalie, Randy, and it's a large field, a bigger field than the boys play on, so there's certainly some conditioning to play out. And on a cold night, I think the running would be the best thing you could do.
I think so, and we might get out there at halftime if we get too cold. But, one thing I can say, the girls' game seems to be more of a finesse game, whereas the boys' game is a little bit more based on power, and you're able to hit, be physical. The girls' game is not that way.
Well, right away you notice the only protection the girls are wearing is eye gear.
Yes.
And the contact has to come from when any kind of contact is very incidental. If you take the player off basically the trajectory they're running, it's a lot like basketball. You can kind of body up, but if you make them bounce away, then that's when you're going to get the call against you. We'll see a lot of calls tonight where they call a shot zone, a safe shot zone, where if someone impedes the shot towards the goal, which is illegal, then they clear it out and blow the whistle, and then the shot gets to be taken as everybody collapses at the same time on the whistle. But when the whistle is blown, every player stops, where the guys, they're still running around, milling about in a form like soccer. So, as we grow the game, so will you, and we thank you for tuning in to Streaming Sports here in Poudre School District Athletics.
Pray for us.
Yes. And we'll thank again to our sponsors, our banner sponsor tonight, GoJo Sports, along with Schrader Oil, First Bank, Pedersen Toyota. Great night to be out here competing. It's the spring sports, as you said. The spring has got nothing to do with it. Don't mind your calendar, because if they really wanted to play it in the warm weather after Christmas, they'd play in February, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would. So this is a draw, not a face-off.
Correct. So out front for the Lobos out there now, Harrison in the draw. Both players, only ones inside the circle till the official allows the other outside players to come in when there's possession taken. Flipped up in the air, grabbed away. Lobos in control right away. Like I say, with such a big field, Randy, first thing you think about is speed. Who can handle that ball and like I say, the finesse part of it, and then just outrun.
So we've got a really windy night out here, so I do not have the crowd mic on. We've got a couple hundred people here, and but you can't hear them because we don't have the crowd mic out. It's
so don't
windy, and you wouldn't even be able to hear us talk.
Exactly. And one of the items, too, the defensively sets, is as you mirror a player, just like in a man defense in basketball or boys lacrosse, it will still be a blocking. If you turn around and the ball is passed out to someone else, you turn away from the player you were guarding to impede the shot, and then that's a safe shot zone violation, and you'll see a number of these this game. They talk about how the game, very much about safety. If you're not going to wear any much padding other than just protect your eyes, it's going to happen. So whistle, as you can tell by each of the players stopping, and it's kind of that twilight time of night where the lights are kind of taking effect, but not so much yet. Shot on goal and in. So
scores.
Lobos draw first blood. Lobos Mason puts them out on top of the defending state champions, number 9.
And thank God for our PA announcer.
Yeah, we'll be relying on Kathy Harrison. We might have a chance to talk to her at the half. And the excitement that these parents have. We've you're going through athletics and as athletes, but then as parents, and we have that excitement in just a different way. We love to see these kids compete, and it's just no different, obviously, out here tonight. So back to the draw at center field. And a misplay.
Didn't do it.
So things I always wish more basketball officials would take advantage of that and say, redo that toss.
Yeah.
So it was a go. It's flipped out, taken right away. Time running though. The Lobos up 1. Mason got it, flips it on down to teammate. And as you can see there, you can basically screen your player away without extending your arms. It's one of those nuanced calls of sport, isn't it? Can't flat out cross-check like you see in hockey.
Yeah, I'd say you have to be pretty intelligent just to be able to play it because the rules are
saying if I nice handoff that time, front goal, chance goes in. Nice job by the goalie coming out and cutting off the lane. Mason had a clear shot. It was a well-run play, basically a backdoor cut. Colorado Academy going down. She's going to be clipped from behind. As you can tell now, we do have our crowd mic outside. Pick up a little bit of the reaction. And it is a breezy night. Shots wide. Kept by Colorado Academy. Mustangs will start the play from behind the Lobos net. Oh, quick pass to the inside. Nice job by the goalie, though. Arnold just deflected it over the top. And unlike the boys, too, Randy, the shots on goal don't automatically go to the defense if they happen to be the deep team back there. Offense will retain possession a lot more. Flip to the middle, same play again.
Scores.
And that time it worked. Well, if you're gonna give somebody point blank opportunities, you're not going to defend many of those, are you?
No, you're not. And that was really a nice pass. And
well, basically, they run a pick play at the top. The old curl play in basketball, just the handoff, peel around there, and cut towards the goal. And the length of that, the Colorado Academy player from behind, that's where you have your taller player. She made a pass that was right on the money. A little Van Halen between goals here. And the draw back again at midfield. Play does stop after each goal right at 21:59 here in the first half. All tied at 1, Colorado Academy and the Rocky Mountain Lobos. No possession yet. Academy does pick it up. Trying to spread it out now, get into their offensive set to move the ball downfield. For those of you that had JV players or Earlier tonight, the Colorado Academy's JV team won.
Trying that same play where it's
Yeah.
kind of a high pick and come right down the lane,
Exactly
just like a
that's
basketball.
exactly what it is. There's no difference there at all. You call it a rub in football or a pick play. In basketball, same thing. You're trying to get your player to screen that defender. Safe zone shot here coming.
Young lady that ran the ball down, she was what you call a long strider, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. Free shot coming up. Lobos do a nice job of converging in front of it. Tall pass in the middle. Not secured, though, so ball loose again. Colorado Academy retains it back to the middle again. That's just, if you're going to give up that middle.
Scores.
Yeah. And that's just a tough play. That's when, Wright, the senior, puts it in, and I mean, it's like anything else. It's like hitting that center or somebody flashing right around point blank. You turn around, and your goalie's just got to guess, doesn't she?
Yeah, and that was almost the equivalent of a slam dunk, really. It was so close that.
Yeah.
And so really what you've got to do is you've got to back off if you're the defense and either let them slide through just like in basketball. You've either got to come up and hedge and hit them before they come around, or if you just let them go through, they're going to go. You've got to fight over the screens.
Yeah, it's tough to switch and all those other things going on there. So the draw again, handle back. Colorado Academy pulls it right out of the air, grabs it.
Starting to see why Colorado Academy was.
Interception, though.
Yeah, great
Lobos
interception.
with the grab. Downfield. 4 attackers for the Lobos on this side trying to get into the shooting zone. At the very least, come down here, occupy the ball.
Number 20, that was a great steal.
Oh, yeah, just made the pick play. Harrison takes it and runs. Trying to find the way, reverses underneath. I don't think that was an accident. She went down and those arms are extended. So there's the call from the official. And one of the interesting things about this, that girls I think are so much better at this than boys. They stop, they freeze it. They're supposed to stay when the whistle blew. Now, girls being inherently better rule followers than guys.
Yeah.
It works.
And the 100 other things they do better than
that's
guys.
That's way down there. Yeah, that's just in this game alone here where it really pays off. Maybe they listen.
So that's really just kind of a mannequin challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. Stuffing it in the goal, tried to get in there. Nice job. The goalie for the Academy came out, stepped away from goal and crossed it. Officials whistle, stop play again. So basically, anytime you just measure, is there a chance for any conflict or physical injury, there's going to be a whistle. There's some wheels.
Flying, I tell you what.
The 40, the 30, the 20 come right down the middle, past the teammate, a little high, not controlled. That was too bad because Turnage just showing some serious wheels.
And she scores.
Yeah, and another little cross pattern there again, going to the middle.
Number 19 for the Colorado Academy.
Russell knocks it home, the junior for the Academy Mustangs. And it's just like every other sport, you can't coach speed, can you?
No, you can't. And I'll tell you what, she was flying down the hash marks there on the football field.
I think Turner's Academy short a sprint or two for a relay. I think they could probably pull her over.
Much different stride than the other young lady that came down the other side who was more of a long strider.
Yeah, she had a
Both
burst.
are effective.
She had a burst. So 3-1 now with 18:48 left here in the first half. Lobos trail. Defending state champions from Colorado Academy. Harrison out there at midfield for the draw. It's interesting here, though, Randy, you see both players basically side by side, not one favoring the other direction. Trying to just basically both of them just flipping it back, hoping their player is the one to get possession. But the last 3 draws have all been won by Colorado Academy. And the Prokupic, number 17, been the go-to for those. Cross-check call there by the official. So that will be the ball in the basket shot coming right up here now for Colorado Academy. See the players all poised to try to get in there as fast as they can. And a low shot, one hopper underneath the goalie, right into the wicket.
Number 2 for Colorado Academy.
Murphy gets the score of the sophomore. So 4-1. And the goalie for the Lobos, there's just not much of a chance there, is there? It's point blank. Little time filler. I think we've heard Frankie Valli from your era a minute ago. Now we got a little bit more recent there. I think we've got
whose era?
Too easy. Harrison pulls away at the draw.
Somebody else in here with us?
Yeah. Abby's trying to figure out who's Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
We'll tell you at halftime. You can use the Google. Boy, once again, heading straight downfield. Air Academy. Quick
I love
pass
the way
across
she
the middle.
stopped and gathered herself.
Yep. Staying under control. As we said before, Randy, when they're checking those baskets before. Back to the goalie so Arnold could find a teammate and almost intercepted.
Yeah, got to put a little more mustard on that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Lob over the top, but it hits the ground, picked back up by Academy. Trying to set up their offense now. Lobos basically all ring the inside of the defenders. Everybody's picking out somebody here, but you've got to, on this side, somebody's unaccounted for. You can just tell by looking at the defense. They're spaced out, but heavy on the far side of the field. And a quick step around.
Another
and
score.
A goal. Yep. It's just right now the quickness on this end and the experience for the Academy team. They just step around the defenders and get into that crease. And when you're not allowed to basically get in front, it's a different deal.
Oh, there you go, you little Lawrence Welk.
Yeah, the chicken dance, which every Midwestern wedding has to have. It's actually a state law in Nebraska.
I'm sure it is. We want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports. GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since 1974. Screen printing, embroidery, letter jackets, and more. Your local place to get high school gear. Check out their new location, 1437 Riverside, just down from the Colorado and on the south side of the street. Let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them helping us bring you live girls lacrosse.
The draw again now, 5-1. Academy's kind of taken over here in the first half. Lobos getting a chance, though. And one of the things different, Randy, you just noticed from the offensive set, the Lobos have kind of gone from the side looking for someone to move around, and Academy is going right down the lane.
Yes, they are. But look how Academy has clogged up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's help defense, just like in basketball right there. Trying to get by and make a move, a one-on-one move, gets inside.
Fires it in a little too low, bounced up over the top of the net. Going to have a call, though.
Looks either like a loose man-to-man or something. I'm not sure
what they call. We're going to have a yellow card, so someone's going to have a penalty.
And he's looking for his yellow card. Well, they don't have any trouble finding those yellow flags here in the fall, do they?
Yeah, no. Carries on to the spring.
Something about French Field that
brings out
the yellow.
Yeah.
Play 2 25-minute halves is also different.
So after the penalty, ball turn over to the Academy.
I'll tell you what, they've got several speedsters, don't they?
Yeah. Throws it off the side, though, and missed. So no connection on the pass that time. Lobos will inbounds from deep in that corner here at French Field. Thanks for tuning in to Stream It Sports. David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Abby Block on camera here tonight, bringing you this contest. Back to Arnold. Goalie just trying to find somebody out in the wing. Gamble there by the Academy defender. Overruns it. Now you see Harrison just taking it the distance. chance for a little bit of an overload here. Lobos have got numbers. And there was a pretty good collision.
Yeah. That's got to be a block, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. If you wrap up, you call it a tackle.
Or a charge or something, but she wasn't set, so I don't know.
Well, as an old football coach, I like the way she got her head across the bow and kept her face up and going. But now the Lobos got a safe shot.
She got her face crushed, though.
Yeah, that was the hitter versus the hittee. Fires underneath and
scores.
goes. So Harrison delivers, and she deserved it because she took that thing from about the far 35-yard line, sprinted downfield for about 60 yards, and the penalty. And it shows you right there that the chances you get, you capitalize when you play aggressively there. So 2 on the board now for the Lobos. Followed the earlier goal by Mason, now by Harrison. Pretty interesting playlist they got going tonight. Chance, if we can, at halftime to talk to Kathy Harrison. Many will know her, obviously, if you're within the Lobo family, and another parent, obviously, but long time and supporters of lacrosse, but also a radio DJ here in the area. Academy again forcing the action on the far side. Lobos trying to just force them wide, make them set that offense up behind the net, but we've seen already Academy find somebody that runs towards the middle. They just kind of rotate it in and out, don't they, over the top, the old 5-man cut. Now somebody open, and nothing to do about that.
No trouble scoring at all.
No, that was point blank and a nice catch and release.
And that, what you're looking at is you're looking at a seasoned, experienced team, and you're looking at a first-year team.
Yeah. And Murphy.
There's nothing hard about it. Really.
And the catch and release on that is just like I say, as you coach a basketball player, you can pass it faster, you can run with it, and boy, she caught it, got out of her basket right now, didn't it? Arnold had no chance to react. It was just either it would bounce off of her or go in the goal.
Well, it's kind of the luck of the draw. If you happen to have your pole where it should be, or where you might do that.
Get a deflection. That's about the best you can hope for there. Yeah, that's too easy. Very close within the goal area to take that shot. So back to the draw at midfield with 14:50 left here in the half. Academy again, pretty successful tonight on catching the ball after the draw. And it's obviously it shows in the score too, doesn't it? You get more chances on offense. Back behind the net, trying to find somebody as they circle through. It's almost where if you kind of take your eye off the miss on the shot that time, you take your eye off on the individual behind the net, the player with the ball, and watch the set on the offense, and you can just see, like the pick and the roll, the weave almost running there at the top, and then somebody cuts the middle and tries to catch a pass.
We've seen that play even with the boys where they come around the net there, and then they really just try to force their way, using their body, trying to force their way, shielding with their body.
Yep.
So
another safe zone shot here coming up for Academy.
Wasn't safe enough.
Yeah, it wasn't safe enough. I think actually a little jumping the gun there, I think is going to be called. Yeah, that Lobos player tried to get in a little too quickly, and that just takes somebody out there, and that was just high, a little high
and outside.
Exactly, just tried to go to the top corner and didn't get it. So Lobos will get the started in now themselves. Straight downfield.
The best way to do it is just run.
Made the pass so intercepted, but didn't get secured. So Lobos picking up the loose ball, trying to go downfield. Now they got a 2-on-1. Lane inside the crease there too, looking to get the pass.
Set up their offense now.
Yeah, well, and you know what? They need to, obviously you need other practice. You certainly gets a good opponent. They're down 6-2, but they need to occupy some time on the clock. Mason being chased clear on the outside lane now to the far right side.
That was the equivalent of a trap, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Both just got jumped. Lane takes a look, tries to pass inside there.
Trying to get some separation.
Well, and there's a checking call. Push her back, so chance here for the Lobos. Official moves back a couple of players. Not really a great alley there to take that shot from that angle, so wisely back it on out.
You see the big difference in defense, really, because the Lobos cannot consistently get inside.
Yeah, very different there, just the way they handle the passes, too. It's every coach has got a little different offensive set, but they all want the same thing. Try to get in front of the goal and take a shot. Spin there, back pass. Try to get to Harrison, wasn't handled.
That would have been a nice play if they would have been able to do that.
Yeah, the execution.
So that was the equivalent of a back door, really.
Mm-hmm. Do you call it the Princeton offense in lacrosse the same?
Maybe.
I know they play lacrosse at Princeton.
I was going to say Princeton's probably been playing lacrosse longer than
played basketball.
You've been alive.
Let's don't do the math. Certainly longer than Abby's been around.
Yeah.
Academy back, pass to the middle. Once again, Arnold put in a tough situation. She did a nice job, though, stepping out and forcing the shot. Academy back in, throws it side wide. And you see how we saw this with the boys' game, too. Going to the left is like going to the left in basketball. If that's not your strong hand, it shows. That ball was kind of flipped and not turned in.
Well, and it's a little tennis-like, too, because it's almost a backhand.
Mm-hmm.
In all my years of playing tennis.
Yeah.
So.
And that one was deflected deep and just went out to the fence through 8 lanes on the track and out to the outside. Still pretty good breeze coming out of the north and flipping around a little bit on us. It's a great night to be an athlete. They're the ones out there running. Spectators, nice job, moms and dads. You're showing up here tonight to cheer on your kids, but it's a chilly night here at French Field. But dry. Academy back inside there, pass though mishandled.
Number 2 was posted up there right in front of the net, but wasn't able to catch the ball.
Yeah, Murphy's already got a couple goals, and she's going to get that attention. She gets inside there now.
Well, the big thing you can see is the difference in how deep Colorado Academy starts their offense as opposed to the Lobos.
And you talk about the experience. Talking to some of the parents and everything before the game, it's just, there's 3 of the top 10 teams in the state, girls lacrosse, are in this conference and in the league with the Lobos, so you're going to get a lot of high-level competition, that's for sure.
The Lobos already with 2 wins, so that's got to be a good to win 2 out of your first 3 coming into a new program. And 6-2 our score. 9:25 left here in the first half. Randy McCoy and David Haase here with you. I want to welcome our Colorado Academy fans who may be catching the game tonight. Didn't want to make the drive from Denver as I-25 is not fun.
Long shot from the outside. Played off by Arnold. Tipped away.
Defense getting a little better.
Yeah, well, you have a few thrown to you. But the outlet pass, though, a little wide. High just didn't catch her. Thought she was going to turn and run. Tried to lead her, but too far. Goes out of bounds, so it's a turnover. Back over to Academy.
One of the differences you'll see is there's nobody on the opposite side in the stands. They only open up one side.
And both teams
sit next to each other.
Yeah. Cones down there. You'll see at the midfield on both the matching up to the 45-yard lines of the football field, or where the players have to enter and exit. Can't run just off the side of the field. There's an enter and exit mode even for the substitutions.
Very organized game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that was
and another's just a tough shot. That's just the THT, too hot to handle. Safe zone shot there, puts them back up now 7-2 with 8:08 left here in the first half. And we're going to have a timeout called on the field now by the Lobos. So with that, we'll take a break and be back here to French Field. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Wayne,
I like her.
everyone knows by now.
I like your
that
sarcasm, young
greatest
lady.
Appreciate
have
it.
The best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage
D.
wash,
Snyder here.
the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application. And
So you had your hair in high school, right?
Yep.
Back here live now at French Field, commenting on the playlist with the home team in control of the music. That's apropos. We're not going to take anymore. Nice little couple plays there, but the Lobos do trail 7-2 here. Colorado Academy Mustangs defending state champs, and with good reason, Randy.
Yeah, they look very
Skilled.
sharp. Again, their defense, they push you out. You know, if you're a basketball fan, you hear, well, they you start your offense too far out. Well, and that's where the Lobos are. They're not able to get inside the lane per se, and this has got to be the longest timeout.
Yeah, both the officials are at the table there and at the scorer's table, and I think they're looking for hot cocoa.
Yeah, this has been an extremely long timeout. So we're a little behind on our commercials here. We're going to play one more for you, and we'll be right back.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here playing rock and roll trivia
Well,
with Mr.
careful.
David Rock and Roll Haase.
Yeah, back in my DJ days on AM radio in middle Nebraska,
Yeah.
county-wide and upside down every night. So after the timeout,
And
was-
officially the longest timeout that I can ever remember.
yeah, that didn't involve
in any
injury.
sport.
yeah,
that didn't.
well, and part of it too. Frankly, on a night like tonight, time to get out there and start running around a little
Yeah.
bit because that was it.
They were making me cold. So 7-2 our score here from French Field in Fort Collins, Colorado. Beautiful day today, but
Brisk.
got a little brisk tonight, and it's supposed to be a little cool tomorrow too,
Yep.
with some snow showers probably.
A little bit of credit down there too for the goalie tonight for the Academy. Sutter, the senior, putting up a pretty good wall. Obviously, goalies that are left alone are always going to give up shots, and she's given up a couple scores tonight, but she's had a little help from her friends, keeping on the rock and roll theme for tonight. People in front of her have done a nice job of, like I say, the experience of a high-level team like Academy. Great night for the Lobos and this district team to get out and really play and get the experience. Little check there with the
44 degrees here, cloudy skies. The time is 7:47, Chase.
yeah. You should be doing homework if you're listening to this. Academy back on the attack, though, again, cutting towards there. Nice spin move. Ball dropped. Official, though, going to make the call to stop play, so that will end up being a safe zone shot then for the Academy. But every time you do that, it puts you just got to walk right in on her. That's just speed right there because you're frozen in the spot where the whistle blew, Randy. And as it stopped, we've seen the speed of those forwards and midfielders for the Academy. They're gone. So that makes it 8-2 with 7:22 left here in the half. And we'll take a break and be right back.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
Don't need it. Back here live now. The draw going to be at midfield again. And I guess just it is a game right now. Difference. I mean, you experience some of the shot making, the handling of the ball by Academy is obviously impressive, but the quicks.
Yeah, speed kills, and that's right now that's what's happening.
Lobos getting a chance on the draw this time. They've not won too many, so chance to get down there and get another goal in. Clear night here at Frenchfield. Like I say, it's dry, it's cold, but the athletes, I don't think it's affecting them too much.
And
Lobos trying
right
to find
there, see how far out they've got their offense pushed. And
cut through the middle of the time. Mason goes in and gets sandwiched. She'll get the call there. And just by the nature of the game, if you get that call closer in, you get a much better chance at that safe shot.
But the Mustangs, they had helping defense there. Three players collapsed right on her.
Yep.
And
great way to put it. Yep. They got to clear an alley. False start. And the official says that false start cost the Lobos the possession. So ball back over now. So a shot chance. And we know that athlete right there from Academy. She's taken off, but she's getting run down from behind. Mason covering a lot of ground. Trying to get back inside, get that offense for the Academy stopped. Another whistle stops play again. Starting play again here now. Chance to go and score right away. Then the Lobos, it's just that off the blocks. If like any sprint is usually won in the first three steps, and right again, Colorado Academy wins again and gets the goal, 9-2. You're watching Stream It Sports. We'll be right back.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Back here now for the draw midfield after the goal by the Academy Mustangs. 5:34 left in the half, commanding 9-2. And it's not the Lobos just haven't capitalized on their chances, have they, Randy?
No, they have not. And again, you've got the difference in an upstart team and a state champion team.
Yeah. Chance to go inside that time. Ball dropped, though. Picked back up by Rocky Mountain. Harrison trying to get her way through the traffic. Goes to the ground. No whistle. Apparently the turf monster got her, and it wasn't a trip by an opposing player because she went down off 2 or 3 steps.
That wind is not stopping anything.
Just when I said it seemed to be lightening up, to prove me wrong, the tape on the both ends on the goalposts are pretty much straight out. Oh, nice pass downfield. Handled. Dropped, though. Break for the Lobos. Cammy's just trying to keep it in bounds, and the whistle says it didn't. So turnover to Rocky Mountain. Puts them about 115 yards from the goal. I'd like to thank Tom Davis coming in and make sure we got some heat going in the booth up here.
Yes. Comfy.
Well, and he is the man when it comes to anything Frenchfield. If you've been around Poudre School District athletics, There's a lot of people have to do things to make sure these fields and these places are all ready for you. Whatever school you're at, whatever field or gymnasium you are in, somebody had to make sure it was ready to play, and Tom does a great job here with French Field.
Found out he's from South Dakota.
Yep. Man of the Plains, longtime coach at Poudre. Lobos hurrying back to the inside, trying to set up that picket. Nice job on a couple of stops there as Academy tried to find their way in the middle, but now sliding around in the shot, and it's good. And
just a simple pick play there.
Yeah, exactly what it was. There's a penalty on the play. But I don't know if they're going to actually, might have put that back, but still in the goal for the Academy. Just a tough night to be on defense with that kind of speed they're flashing. I think you'll see, as you say it over and over again, it doesn't take a day off. 3.5 to play here in the first half, 10-2, Colorado Academy. Harrison back at the draw at midfield. Another draw won by Academy, too. They've just successful turn around. They'll start flashing that speed. Ball hits the ground, scoop back up.
Girl runs with purpose, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'll tell you
Number
what.
2.
Yeah, Murphy has got some jets.
She's got an idea where she's going and where she wants to get.
Pass from behind, taken a little wide, but it did it. Yep. Play stopped.
Just again coming down the lane, right down the lane, and wasn't able to set her feet though for the shot.
So a safe zone shot now again for Colorado Academy, and boy, the chances they before they just run right in and stuff it. That time, nice job by Arnold. Kind of just deked her a little bit, and she tried to go to the left side of the goal and missed. It's a nice job by the goalie Arnold for the Lobos. You know, the ball goes out and away in that south end zone, or either end zone, really. There's about 50 yards to go fetch.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop it.
Yeah. So Lobos back on attack now, flipped it around. Harrison just flying down the field, running by defenders for the Academy. Pass in the middle, just about gets it to her teammate. A little high. Like the idea. A little give and go.
Yeah, and again, able to catch that and probably be close to scoring on it.
Exactly. As she tried to get it ahead, I think that was Thorkelson. Yeah, there was 16, just a little high.
Rocky Mountain does not have a big bench. They've
just a couple athletes down there. One in a boot. Probably not available.
Yep.
Ball down again on the ground, but picked up. Academy again. Just the stick handling with them is impressive, isn't it? Passes across the middle, though not handled this time. Kind of a rare miscue. Klingner for the Lobos picks it up, takes off around the side. So penalty call. Finally secured now. Rocky Mountain trying to move it downfield. But there was a pretty good swipe there. That's going to be the call there because the Academy player turned around and took a long reach and a whack. Interception, though. Try to throw a little touch pass over the top. And it's just a game, basically, how much will the referee want you to get away with?
Right.
How much can you get away with?
It's kind of like holding in football,
yeah,
that you could call something on every play.
Yeah. Academy setting an offense back up behind the goal again. And they're going to have an interference call. The player for the Academy, Arnold's just trying to get it out, and she reached across and extended the stick. So interference call. If you figure out why the play after that, then you'll see the player for the other team has to move back behind the play as it was going. But the pass out this time, the goalie was not handled by Rocky Mountain. Academy getting a chance again.
Not familiar with that hand signal. Know if that was an offsides of some. Oh, nice stop.
Yeah, nice job, Arnold there. Arnold's had some moments tonight. You know, like I say, it's point blank. There's not much you're going to do.
Yeah, her defense out in front of her is not helping much. Another good.
Yeah, stepping in there. She's kind of leaving the crease a little bit to kind of go out and try to narrow down that angle. That's the experience. 3 seconds left here in the first half. Rocky Mountain just fires it downfield. Hopefully, sometimes just pay attention. Maybe that goalie just wants to take a little nap, but it doesn't fall. So with one half played here at French Field, the Lobos trail Colorado Academy Mustangs 10-2. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, an easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship, and I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here at halftime at French Field with the Academy Mustangs leading the Lobos 10-2. I'm joined by Kathy Harrison, who's doing the PA tonight, and a parent, and it's kind of like all hands on deck with a lot of sports, and certainly with girls lacrosse.
Absolutely.
And we look at tonight as just as commentators for all kinds of sports. Boy, one thing is really apparent, you know, the skill level obviously the Academy girls have, but the speed.
Oh, absolutely. They're picking up the possessions, and that is our biggest thing, is we have to get our possessions.
Yeah.
We get our possessions, we can get a goal. You can't get a goal when you don't have a possession, and we're a little sloppy on the stick.
Yeah, when the ball hits the ground and they pick it up in two, I mean, I think between a couple of players that stand out for them, especially Murphy and Turnage, that turn around, and if they got it, they're just jets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they cover a lot of ground.
Number 2 gets there, I'm like, oh, fudge.
Yeah, she's going to go the distance, and she really does. And what they do really well, too, I mean, Arnold, you know, a lot of shots on goal she's faced tonight down there. Done a pretty good job. She's actually stepped away from the crease a few times and stopped that angle trying to help herself out.
She's got to get her clears on, though.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. But Arnold, she's spot on. I mean, some of those shots that she stopped are just, they're tough.
Yeah.
They're tough. And when you have 15 people in front of you, you can't see the ball.
No, yeah, you screen like that, too. And we saw, like, as we compare it to, like, almost a pick play or weave offense at the top, and then here comes that right-handed turn. And they're catching the ball around the net much better than the Lobos are.
That's exactly it. And we're unfortunately turning it over to them in our territory for a goal, instead of keeping it in our territory for a goal.
Yeah, and just the time of possession, too, if you'd measure that right now, as you said before, if we'd be, you know, a little bit more on this end with possession, handling, the stick handling, or keeping the ball in the net, no really egregious penalties or anything going on too much this half. I mean, when there's a bit of a gap in the score, some of that probably goes away, but, you know, I can't say that you can't say the Lobos have quit competing, though, because the girls are hustling.
No, they'll come back, and they'll come back strong. And I believe in this team. Sometimes they just completely shock everybody. And this may be the night they'll do that.
Well, when you get a chance to, like, say, if they could finish up a little continuity, if they could get off the schneid early here in the second half and get those 2 goals, and maybe just knock it down a little bit. You don't eat the whole elephant in one bite. You got to work your way back, right?
That is true. And if they can just keep it in their stick and work it around the hub, they'll be great. Because when they go in for that goal, their goalie's going to have a hard time stopping it.
All right. Well, thanks, Kathy, for joining us here at halftime of the Lobos and the Mustangs game. We'll talk to you again when we have our next broadcast. We'll announce that towards the end of tonight's broadcast. But once again, thank you.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
The experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here now after the half. Thanks again to Kathy Harrison, doubling up as both the PA, the parent, the team sponsor, and our halftime commentator, too. Just talking a little bit about these Lobos. This, like I say, Randy, you said it several times first half. This is the first year competing together, and they've been somewhat together in the unified team, the Vipers, that we've had here for both the boys and the girls, but Poudre School District adding sports each year, and this time this year it's both boys and girls lacrosse. But running into a pretty talented buzzsaw from Colorado Academy, the Mustangs defending state champions, and we've seen why, haven't we?
We have, and we've also heard, as you said earlier, 3 of the top 10 teams in the state are in this conference, so this isn't going to be the only tough team they play.
Well, Catherine Lane tried to take off the ball there and just kind of got hooked. Best way I can say it. She got hooked. Showing some toughness there as she turned around and ready to go. Moving it downfield. Actually, that was Mason, excuse me. She's taking the middle. It's going on unchecked. Turns around, spins, pass it back. And Lobo's just got to be a little cleaner down at this end. Shot down the middle, fires, deflected though. Nice job by the goalie. Boy, I tell you what, she stood in there and took that one. Because the ball is a 4-pound ball. Be ball back out now to them. Our next broadcast, we do want to talk about that. Rocky Mountain Centaurus girls would be on the 19th of April, so we're in April. Our spring months are going.
Added that as
and as we do that,
Number 4, Maggie
Kurtz for the Lobos knocks one in. As we talked about at halftime, if they get a chance to give themselves a a goal or two early here and just chip away. I mean, 25 minutes with the stoppage of play is a really long half. And that comes just 50 seconds into the second half. So the lead down to 7. And if you take control of it and keep it in there, as Kathy talked about halftime, those possessions, if you don't turn it over, which they did several times just on their own side of the field, don't make it easier for a good team. Any sport does it.
No, turnovers are bad in every sport.
So the draw again, flip back out, this time picked up by Rocky Mountain. Number 9, Mason, back to the center. Kurth again flies down the edge, a little wide on the pass, trying to get to Thorkelson. The offensive set's just a little different where you see Rocky Mountain. They try to dive and spread there. They're a little more success here in the half. Nice change of pace at halftime by the coaches for Rocky Mountain. Be remiss if we didn't say Coach Kelly, Pam Kelly, who we got to meet earlier this season. Interception this time. Boy, there it is again. You see Murphy, she gets it. It's off to the races. Pass ahead, though, dropped. Coach Kelly and her husband, congratulations on a baby boy just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I think the other thing, you can still pass the ball quicker down the
you can move it along.
Run.
Yeah. So the Mustangs back on the attack. Nice job of clogging the middle that time, though, by the Lobos. Ball hits the ground. Picked up, though. Nice job, Harrison. She's got it heading downfield. Nice pass to the middle. Got a teammate open. She's looking around, fires it on down to Thorkelson. Goes to the middle. All kinds of attention. The ball hits the ground. I think the officials signal there a shot to the head. Either that or his cap about blew off. So turnover.
Million comedians out of work, and you're...
Yeah, that's all we got to do. Just trying to keep it live. That's too bad. Lobos 3 nice passes in a row. Got into the heart there on the collapsing defense. The Mustangs stopped it, forced the turnover, and they got the ball back. So as we talk about those possessions, not ending in without a shot.
Well, conditioning is such a huge part of this game because the physicality is not like it is in the boys' game, but, I mean, you've got to be able to run them down this field.
Yeah, the midfielders probably run a few miles at a sprint. Oh, great cut. Official stops play for the call, so it'll be a safe zone shot now. Someone running across the intent of the player was to shoot, was what the officials was saying there. It gives the Academy a chance, basically with nobody near. Going to walk in and just stuff it. Nice job. Arnold blocks. Boy, I tell you what, Arnold and
gets mauled.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the downside of mauling somebody.
No, yeah,
like that.
yeah. That wasn't.
You just get the ball and you start up again. So.
That was number 10, Miriam, I think, for the Lobos there. She got popped.
I mean, they stopped play.
Yeah, stolen away, though, by Academy.
Rocky Mountain do a much better job and scores. I'm just getting ready to say, doing a better job of keeping them from centering.
Yeah, and that time Prokupit got back behind the goal, but then
came in from the wing.
Yeah, and little just cuts down the lane. So the third goal now tonight for them, and an 11-3 back to lead. So the Mustangs quickly get that goal back, giving up in the first 50 seconds to the Lobos this half. We've got the entire library from the iTunes of somebody here, and I think it might be every other generation we keep switching, those songs keep coming from. We're getting them all covered tonight. Wind's picking up, though. You can see the uniforms of the players. Academy again. Murphy take off down the far side. Ball hits the ground. Fortunately, Lobos, closest 2 players to it, were both of the Mustangs. Very deliberative right now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they've got to nice cushion. 20 minutes left in the contest.
Well, yeah, and sometimes you should just let the clock run. Just practice your sets, too.
This is the equivalent of a 5-out, really, but then that's a nice cut right across the lane. Really, if you look at the field, it's like a big lane, the free throw line across there, and they just ran that pick across the.
Safe zone shot goes on right on top, and Arnold just had no chance.
Well, again, when you can't impede somebody's forward progress, they can literally just run.
Number 5
right to the
number 5 right got the goal. Excuse me, and 20-4 left, 12-3. We'll be right back.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Just had the draw here to start after the point. Picked up by Academy. Mustangs heading downfield again. Nice pass and stuffing it in. Boy, I tell you, Wright got another great pass. Lobos kind of stepped up there. She come around from the wing.
It was a fast break, really, almost a layup, really.
Yeah, and it was. And Arnold, once again, had no chance. You had basically drew 3 players in on her, leaving Wright all by herself. And what's so much different, too, the possessions, they pass it, catch it, and shoot it. Lobos have had too many hit the ground interior, in the scoring area just to keep consistently here, and that puts them out to a 10-point lead.
And really, that's the beginning fundamentals of lacrosse. Is you've got to be able to run with it, you got to be able to pass it, you got to be able to catch it, and if you can do all those, then you can shoot it.
It's a hard enough game as it is, and with you're denying yourself opportunities, you're not getting shots on goal. Lane battling there with the player for the Academy. A little underneath her, and foul called, so the Lobos lane will start it right at about the 37-yard line. Crossing our sports over. Pass back to the middle to Harrison. She's got a lane right down the middle. Forced wide. Lobos will set up their offense again. Lane out on top. 2 players all over. Thorkelson loses it. Better Hustle is going to have player Academy running right down. So go back and set that offense up behind the goal. You see so many doing that. They see where the pass, see where the openings will coming from. Kurth now trying to sneak in behind the side. Has to kick it out. Harrison one-on-one, trying to work her way through. Fires away, gets fouled, for lack of a better term. There just gets hacked. Good aggressive play, though, by Harrison.
It was great. Sometimes you just got to get to the rim in basketball or get to the net. And
you see everybody's poised there. Harrison's got a chance to shoot. Fires it. Goal. Well, it's the 8 degrees. You got to be the shooting zone has got to be clear for the player. So Lobos get one back, lead back under 10 again. I think that now you just might measure things by goals scored. So we'll take a chance to have a break. One of our sponsors. We'll be right back. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Back here now at French Field. Setting up for the draw. Harrison for the Lobos. Referee starts it up, ball flips in the air. Harrison does control it, gets the tap her way, picks it up and is going. Defenders get underneath it, tries to spin, get back to the middle,
move.
Flips it underhanded, and we have a penalty called.
She did a pivot, came back around. A great move.
And the cross-checking, a pushing foul, gives Harrison basically a one-on-one shot now. We've seen the Academy benefit from some of these. Now the Lobos get a chance. And a quick whistle will reset. Mustangs a little quick off the mark. Harrison, though, didn't get the goal. That one bounces off, deflected by the goalie. Parker knocks it away. Just a little too low on her angle, wasn't she? It bounced up into the goalie instead of at her feet.
One thing we have noticed with the girls' game is there's not a lot of long shots. We saw several long shots by the boys' team.
Yep. Turnover by the Mustangs, picked up Mason for the Lobos, hustling downfield. Tell you one thing, though, Mustangs do a nice job of harassing the player with the ball as they try to come in and just divert them off the line, don't they?
Yeah. Well, again, their defense is much more organized as far as having a plan, what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, because Mason had a clear look, but they took three different players. They ran her off. Harrison, though,
and
inside.
Scores.
And she stuffs it. That time, better angle. Great stick movement. Got the ball.
Well, she got her body between her defender and the net, which is always a good thing.
Score again for the Lobos. So 5 on the 3 this half. Puts it down to 13-5, 16-17 left. We'll be right back. You're watching Stream of Sports.
You do this. Thanks to First Bank and Apple Pay, I can easily buy stuff using my phone. Thanks to my driverless car, I can't figure out how to change this song.
Apple Pay, now at First Bank.
I want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports. GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since 1974. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Screen printing, embroidery, leather jackets, and more, your local place to get high school gear. Check out their new location, 1437 Riverside, just down from the Colorado and on the south side of the street. Let all of our sponsors know how much you appreciate them helping us bring you live high school girls lacrosse. Schrader Oil, Pedersen Toyota, and First Bank. I want to thank them as we do our last few broadcasts for the school year. It won't be long. We'll have our football schedule out here shortly.
Yeah.
For the fall. Talking to Russ, our AD, just a couple of days ago, and he said it was almost finished.
Spring sports are well underway here in town. We've got some outstanding track talent here in town, especially on the girls' side. Fort Collins defending state champion.
Oh.
And another just cut off of a screen that time again. Murphy, number 2 for the Mustangs.
Well, explain kind of what you're supposed to do when you get screened, and what your options are, whether you switch or whether you fight over it, or.
Well, there's in a game where a contact is pretty much penalized, you can't do much about it. So it's not so much that they're putting a body on a body as we'd expect with football or even basketball, obviously, but they have that gap. And with the speed that the Mustangs have shown all night long, especially Murphy there, she just curled around the top and rubbed her player off, her defender off, and you can't cover that. And if you switch out, you're a step too slow. It's a really well executed offense. Plus, they pass it, catch it, and shoot it. They haven't had many hit the ground once they get inside the goal scoring area, have they?
Yeah, and the other thing is there's typically most of them there hasn't been anybody between them and the goal except the goalkeeper.
Yeah, give them a chance to be very clear in the open.
So the game really celebrates offensive execution.
Yeah, efficiency is so important, as you're talking about before. If you can't control that with the basket. Stolen away the time by the Lobos on the far side, stopping that offensive play set. Still heading down, a little lob over the top. Caught.
Knocked out of the. So that is legal.
Yep, you can kind of hamper the progress without knocking somebody down. Turnover back over to the Mustangs. So a timeout's going to be taken now by the Mustangs and to player in possession. So we've got a chance here at French Field to thank our sponsors once again, and we'll be right back.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, an easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's
Everyone
too
complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So after the timeout now, we're back here. Mustangs call timeout. They lead 14-5, 14:57 left here in the second half. This match here in the conference matchup here in the Northern League. I was trying to find out what we've got for us. Okay, there's a little bit of question on where we're positioning the ball. Official has the starters up. Now they've got it back in, so Mustangs will start again on the offensive end. Lobos, way too much time for the Mustangs on their half the field. This whole match hasn't been, Randy.
Yeah, and look how deep right there they can get in. And that's really the equivalent of just driving to the lane.
Shot was high and wide, went flying into the pole vault pit over there. Well, you got to credit Coach Saunders for the Mustangs. She certainly has got a team playing at a high level. Little handoff that time, but goes to the ground. Picked up by the Harrison for the Lobos. She turns upfield. Well, you got to want to take it from her.
Yeah, you do, and you see the other Lobo running down there, but the Mustang's right on her, so she can't pass it really. Nobody's open to pass to.
Yeah, and finally that was more of a, I'll just stop here because of fatigue. I've got too many people in front of me. Chance to shoot in the middle, but like I said, there's a difference between the boys and the girls. There are guys that have taken that shot from the distance.
Right.
But you cannot fire through players too. It just is another safety version. You can't just turn on and wing it at the goal like the boys do because there's no padding. So the rules almost inhibit the offense at times too.
Oh, nice shot.
We're going to have
put that down the corner.
Well, I think there's going to be a call first and a yellow card.
Looking through his wallet for the
Lobos because yellow card.
A little editorializing from our halftime guest, Kathy Mason there. It's the yellow card, and they say, why? Well, Mason, who scored the goal, is actually being put in a penalty situation.
And so they didn't get the goal.
Nope. So turnover back out to the Mustangs. Didn't get to see the officials call, though. Turnover picked right back up. Gets away. Lobo's still first to get to it. One thing boy, after every turnover where there's a stoppage in play, the official, you can't be within 3 steps of the player that's going to turn and start running, can you?
No, you've got to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of electric football. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or musical chairs. That's a good one. You stop when the music goes.
Oh.
When the music stops, you stop.
Yep. Freeze tag is pretty apropos, though, here, too, because it stops and starts, and now they basically called the Lobo player for not handling the stick correctly. She didn't drop it. Harrison, though, in the steal from behind, passing it downfield.
So you had somebody open there a little late.
Well, and it's the game, you never quit working, even though you're down 14-5 with 12:20 left here in the game. Work to get better, right?
Yes, you do. Again, you had a couple of open players down there, but you haven't seen that every single time because the Mustangs do a pretty good job of staying on their man.
So Colorado Academy back on the offense. Working around the middle once again, though, starting awful close to the goal. So free shot coming now for Mustangs. Goes on in and just stuffs it home. It's like coming out of the blocks. If you're all starting from a dead stop and you have a chance to take 3 steps, no defender is going to get there. And if you're one of the quicker people out there, they're really not going to get there.
The offense has all the advantage, it seems to me like.
Yeah, and put it right through. So 15-5, 11-17 to play.
Our next broadcast will be the 12th, Rocky Mountain Boys against Ralston Valley here in around 7 o'clock here from French Field. April 12th, week from Wednesday.
Timeout here in the field, a little confab with the coach.
Literally can hear the official up in the
Don't need to be a lip reader.
He has no mic on, but not a lot of people here tonight in this cold night to
mute that. Yeah,
mute that sound.
If you look out in the field out there too, the academy players.
Or if you've ever coached club basketball when there's only 10 people on the pitch.
Yeah, we've been there. So clock will now be on a running clock. So basically a mercy rule.
Oh, is that 10?
Yep.
10 points is a mercy rule?
10 points in a part and a half, I think, after one gets 15. Harrison, again, we've seen this over and over tonight, and she gets cross-checked, basically.
I prefer to say clobbered.
Yeah, well, and when a player is taking off running like that, that's the one thing different that the Academy's done much more effectively than laying on the far side now, picks up, takes it downfield, looking for someone to hand to. Gets it knocked away. But Colorado Academy stopped players from taking off down the field so much more. Mustangs ball handled in the center. One thing right now, you see the Mustang player, nobody really stepping up to get in front of her.
When again, they've got separation, able to just
out.
A little help there, good help.
The shot goes down underneath. Nice job. Arnold kicks away, but then the carom goes right back to the unattended player in the middle, number 14 for the Mustangs, and that's Rollhouse
number 14.
The freshman knocks it home, so she gets the Karen. But goalie for the Lobos, she took one, I would say, right off the knee, because she's limping pretty good right now.
So we do have a running clock situation now.
So you're saying we can pretty much tell how much time is left in the game? Or when we will end?
Injury.
Yep. But a nice night here for our first broadcast. Down there, she's limping it off, though. But that's been a tough night to be in goal. But that one, Arnold took a shot right off the knee, and unfortunately, insult and injury. It caroms right back to the Mustangs. They took it. Lobos, though, back on defense once again, get running under. Try to take the pass out.
So I'm not sure if you need to slow down and gather yourself to make the shot or to shoot the shot, but that time player kept running really full speed.
Yeah. Lobos,
oh, and
nice
score.
Job. Quick little curl right around the middle there. Mason turns around, stuffs it.
With the goal for the Lobos.
So 16-6, should be 16-7, but had one goal taken away from them.
Yeah.
The Lobos hanging in there, representing and
still competing. And the breeze really hasn't gone away. It's been pretty consistent, and if more than a little bit. Once again, it's picked up. So the draw again here at midfield. Harrison out there for the Lobos. Mason for Rocky Mountain picking it up, turning away. Knocked away. Lobos will keep possession. You need to capitalize on these possessions in that half. There's just time running away. You can say when it's down to 7:20 to play, and that's exactly how much time you've got left without any stops. Harrison, though, gets the middle, fires. Knocked away by Parker. Good
nice
scoop.
Stop.
Yeah, good scoop and save. Because, as like I say, the running clock, if you travel another 100+ yards at the far end and back a couple times, this game's over.
Yes,
it just doesn't take that long.
One of the things on that last shot by Harrison, she kind of had an awkward angle.
Yeah.
And maybe
point.
at some point might be able to do more of a backhand.
Yeah.
But great move to get
to where she
open.
was, yep. 6:40 to play now, 16-6. Colorado Academy. The Mustangs come up here to French Field and show why they're defending state champions. Very skilled team.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, they've got 4 or 5 players that just, you can tell they've got an idea out there what they're trying to do, and they're not just running up and down the field.
They really can execute, can't they?
A plan, and some of the Lobos are still trying to figure out how to catch it and throw it. And
nice job that time. Rocky Mountain converging on the center that time. The defenders all crossed through. Not giving that easy lane again.
Kind of a little weave there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's about the best way to say it.
They run some time off the clock here, but then she just breaks
Comes
right through the middle.
Yeah, and used the 2 players to screen, and Arnold couldn't even see it coming. And a left-handed shooter there, too, which a little bit more than us. So the
that was really beautiful to see. And again, it's hard to.
19 Russell pops it through. Chance here to take our last sponsor break of the night before the draw. With 5:22 left, 17-6. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
After the draw, the Lobos quickly downfield. Shot on goal, though, picked up by Parker for the Mustangs. You get a chance to go see our sponsors. Thank them for helping us bring you Poudre School District Athletics. You get a chance to go into Schrader's convenience country store near you. 20% off a bagel and coffee offer. So if you're in to start your day, great way to do that. Fill up in gas and fill up your stomach.
That's right. Coffee. Coffee would...
That Go Juice?
Coffee would be really good right now, but...
We're not too bad off. We got a little bit of heat here. It's a fresh night, but it's not a bad one. So free shot again, taken right in, and I think one of the Lobos decided, you know what, I'm not going to let you just swing away. Yeah, there's the yellow card coming. That's okay. So 2 minutes with the card. It did stop play and the clock.
And so the mannequin challenge is alive and well.
Yeah. Well, and I got to applaud, though. I mean, the penalty is on McGregor, but she went through.
Another
and the goal by the Academy. But McGregor just said, you know what, I'm not going to let you just take another free shot. You know,
yeah.
I'll get there one way or another. And she did, but not in the eyes of the official, the one that counts. So 3:46 to play, 18-6 here at French Field.
So again, we'll kick off September with our sixth season of PSD Sports football. Got some good, we'll try to have that scheduled before the lacrosse season's over to let you know who all's coming up. I know Cherry Creek's playing up here this year. So.
Be some good matches once again here at French Field. A lot of good high school football in this area, and we look forward to bringing it to you again. Even though Abby's graduating this spring, if we don't get a chance to say it again, congratulations. But
yes.
You know what? If you're around the fall, we'd love to have you back up here. We appreciate your work. But if anybody out there is looking for somebody skilled with the camera and some videography, Abby Block will certainly take any and all calls. You can run them right through Stream It Sports. Phil Mildred knows how to get a hold of us and to her. It's all about who you know in life. The trouble is, Abby,
and we won't get you very far.
Yeah, Randy and I is all you know, then, well,
you're in big trouble.
Yeah, that just don't get your hopes up.
So coming down 2.5 minutes.
By the time this gets handled, it might be over.
The officials kind of have the game in their hands right now.
Yeah, it's just rolling through.
Make sure everybody's in the right place.
Yeah, turnover back to, and there goes Murphy down. It's like the starter's gun went off, and she's not.
I mean, she's just lapping everybody.
Yeah.
I bet you the track coaches.
Oh, yeah. I've
been after her.
Stopped by her locker everybody the other day. How about, come on, just run a relay for me. I'll put you on that backstretch. Not much baton handling there, just in that 4x1.
She did. She was lapping everybody on the field.
Yeah.
And she's carrying a pole.
Yeah, and the ball. Oh, tough shot there, too. Once again, that left-handed shot coming in on top of Russell there, on top of the Arnold for the Lobos, just curling around there, and she's a step into her vision with the ball flying before she even knows she's there.
And again, it looks left-handed, or it could be a backhand. I mean, either one.
Well,
but it is
forceful.
She's taking it over her left shoulder.
Strong finish.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to see that ball coming to me that fast.
No. Well, like I said, she come out there, you don't see it till all of a sudden there's that explosive last step in the shot, and by the time you see it, it's too late. Harrison on the draw again. Nice job, Catherine Lane, that time there. Pick it up, keep it alive for the Lobos. 2-on-1 was the set there against her, so the Lobos are still competing. 40 seconds to play. Not much left here, but you know that the Mustangs would love to get 20 on the board. This is a statement for the rest of the league. Russell pulls it back out. And you can say with such a small squad, there's not many substitutions to be made.
No, there's not. So they don't. That's why I was going to say they don't really have a second team down there to to bring in.
When you got 12 on the field with the goalie, and you're not going to find much to do. Cross-checking there with 9 seconds left.
That was a good penalty. He says, I don't think I'm going to give you that 2-foot
so
shot.
Penalty, penalty on Harrison now coming across checking.
Not sure why they stopped the clock.
Well, for the yellow card part of it, that was it. But that will be our time expiring, 2-1, and that's going to be the Gannatch.
So Colorado Academy coming down from Denver. Private school in Denver, Colorado, comes down and puts a whooping on the Rocky Mountain Lobos, 19-6 in our first girls lacrosse.
Show why they are defending state champs.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. It doesn't take anything away from the Poudre School District. Our first year of broadcast, first year of these girls and their team, and they will get better, but they certainly didn't stop competing. But it just ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, they did. So anyway, final score, 19-6. Our next lacrosse match, boys game, Ralston Valley, on April 12th, 7 o'clock. For Abby Bach, Randy McCoy, David Haase, we'll see you next time.
Poudre School District High School Lacrosse, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota. Everything cars.